learn to flex your leadership muscle and to step out of your comfort zone, because that's what it's all about. So I'm out of my comfort zone, but I will let you know that I am going to do a PowerPoint presentation. So if you want to do notes, that's fine. But I kind of put some of what I've been learning into a PowerPoint so that I can share it with the team afterwards, so you can utilize it in whatever way that you want. So some of you on the call may not know if there's any new people on. So I just thought I would start by just sharing a little bit of my story before I got into my training tonight. And just to reiterate that, you know, not everybody might be open right away. So my husband and I got started in December 2015, but prior to that, Doug and Kathy had been you know, planting the seed and leaving us with samples, and I was completely resistant. I wanted nothing to do with Valentus or the coffee or anything, and I love coffee, so I can't believe I was resistant to trying weight loss coffee. But it took me 6 months for my husband to finally say, Marci, I'm starting this with or without you, and also just seeing the change in Kathy. So Kathy being a product of the product, and me seeing she'd lost 30 pounds and 30 inches, and I'd lost 5 pounds in the same time frame that the 6 months had gone by. You know, I had to be ready and I had to be open. So I just wanted to share that with you, that some people might not be on board right away, but don't give up on them. And it doesn't mean that Doug and Kathy were pushy with us. They were very, very patient, and they just didn't give up on following up with us. So, you know, just keep following up with people, and you know, just don't give up on people that you think would be worth having in your business. So since then, you know, I've lost 26 pounds, almost 40 inches, dropped 3 pant sizes. I sleep better, I eat better, I've started exercising, and I feel better than I have pretty much probably my whole entire life, because I've stopped hiding behind somebody that I'm not. This business and just being part of this culture and this community and this family has allowed me to just be truly authentic to who I am and who I want to become. And I really just, I love where I'm at right now. And had I not dove head in and really just encompassed of all of what this has to offer, I would probably still be stuck, you know, in my old patterns and my old ways. So I'm very thankful for this opportunity. So I'm going to share a little bit with you guys tonight about, well, I got 4 concepts for keeping your business moving forward. And I just kind of wanted to lay the groundwork. It's all stuff we've heard before, but the reason why I think you just need to lay the groundwork and reiterate it again, because it's so important. And then I'll talk a bit about attraction marketing, because that's very intriguing to me, and I've been learning a lot about it. And then I'll just touch base a little bit on social media. So again, it might be some stuff that you guys already know, but maybe I'm hoping you can take 1 or 2 nuggets away from tonight's training, or a whole bunch, you know, depending on where you're at in your learning process. So, and if you have any questions at any time, you know, please don't hesitate to unmute or ask a question in the chat box, or if I'm going too fast, when I get nervous, I tend to talk fast. So I may talk fast. Let's see, what else? Okay, I'm just going to share my screen, I guess, and I'll just jump right into the PowerPoint that I created. Maybe this, let's see here, how do I share screen? Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to go from the beginning. All right. So just like I said, some concepts to get us moving forward in our business, and learn a few strategies on attraction marketing and social media. So 4, I screwed up, I added 1 more. So it's actually 4 concepts. So we're going to talk about belief, your why, consistency, and vision. And belief, I think, is number 1. And that really became apparent to me, especially at the Emerald Leadership Summit. If you don't have belief in yourself or in your company or in the products, how are you going to get others to believe? And so it's so important that we plug in and raise our belief level each and every day, because when you're talking to someone, and you might be saying all the right words, but if your level of belief is not raised, they're going to sense that something is off, and they won't know what is off, but they may not be open to what you're saying just because of the vibe you're giving off. And so I think belief is the number one muscle we need to build in order to have a successful business. So couple notes here I put on the side is how do we build that belief? We plug into calls, and I think we should review testimonies daily, especially if need a story. If we always have stories to share with people of how this is changing people's lives, we can do that by reading testimonies daily. Be a product of the product, build your personal testimony, and get really good at telling it. Go to as many company meetings and trainings as possible, whether in person and online or Zoom. I think TCT is the most positive community that I've ever been around. And so surround yourself with positive people. And if you're around negative people, you can change that, right? You always want to be around positive people and focus on your personal development daily. That's what's going to build your belief in yourself. So what are you reading and who are you listening to? And I read and I listen to stuff every single day, which is helping me raise my belief in myself. What is your why? So none of this will matter, and we won't be able to push through our fears or, really take this business someplace if we don't honestly ask ourselves, why are we doing this? And the reality is that most people are running on autopilot. They've never really stopped to think about creating a vision for their future or really creating goals for their life. They're just living to get through the day. And so we really need to establish what our why is. And it may be something we've never really thought about before. So number one, you must know what you're fighting for each and every day. You must know what is going to keep you motivated, especially when times get tough or people tell you no. What's going to keep you getting up one more time? If you don't have your why in front of you all day long, it becomes easy to find excuses, to blame others for your lack of success, and the worst thing you could do is quit. So we don't want that to happen, so keep your why in front of you. So kind of the homework assignment tonight, if you do not have your why laid out where you can have it in front of you every day, I ask you to dig deep, go internal, and ask yourself, what do you want most that will change your life? And create that strong why that's going to keep you moving forward every day. And thirdly, consistency. So a lot of times we are doing activity that's not, result building. And so we must do, even if we only have 15 minutes a day or an hour a day, whatever time you can allot to your business, make sure that you're doing some result building activity. So who are you sharing the product with? Who are you sharing the opportunity with? Are you doing connect calls? Are you being visible? Do you prioritize your day and create a schedule, put it in your calendar, time for your business? And are you reaching out to new people, meeting new people? And are you active on social media every day? So these are all result building activities. Be consistent with them and your business will grow. And fourthly, do you have a vision? So when we're creating a vision for our life, what you need to ask yourself is, who do I want to become? How do I want to be known? And I learned this from a training I did with Ray Higdon. He says, stop focusing on the money you need and instead focus on who you want to become. And envision yourself in a better situation than you are, right? You have to see where you're going, not stay stuck where you are. And I like to use affirmations because, we can really talk ourselves out of doing some really great things. And so if we're constantly affirming and believing in ourselves, we will stop using those non-serving statements that are keeping us stuck and not moving forward. And he says, goals are not enough. You must have a vision. So that kind of the vision and the why come together. Does anybody have any questions so far? Is this going along pretty good? Am I talking too fast? Can you give me a thumbs up if everything's going okay? Good? Okay. Attraction marketing. So I've become very intrigued with attraction marketing. And it doesn't mean that I still don't believe, I believe very strongly in old school network marketing and the principles of belly to belly. But I also believe that marketing ourselves properly online will open up a whole new window of opportunity. So I think it's important to maintain a balance between the two, the belly to belly and then the online. But with anything, with the online, you still want to be able to, the end result is getting on the phone or, meeting somebody for coffee. That's the end result, but still you're going to be able to attract a whole new world of people by learning to, encompass this attraction marketing. So 92% of people who go online are looking to make connections, to feel warm and fuzzy. They're also looking to find information. They do not want to buy or be sold to initially when they go online. So what that means is a lot of us in the beginning spammed Valentus and barf Valentus all over our social media. And that just means plastering pictures of, the coffee and all of that. Like, it's okay to do that once in a while, but that's not what makes people feel good. And that's what doesn't attract them to us. So what you want to focus on is building your brand, which in this opportunity, the real asset is you. You build your brand, your vitality, your confidence, and the solution you're going to create for people. You have to become an information resource, a trusted authority for your prospects before you tell them anything about your business. Serve them and provide value. So really what you want to do is teach people, right? And become a person of authority. By serving others, solving their problems, and building relationships and provide ongoing value, you become a highly valued individual. So it's all about serving the people that you're trying to help solve their problems. So what you want to do is put yourself in a position of servant leadership. The true secret, we've all heard this, is by helping everyone get what they want, you'll get everything that you want and so much more. So you really have to tap into what are people searching for, what do people want, and then find a way to solve their problems for them. With attraction marketing, people are buying into you before they ever buy into your opportunity, product, or service. So be sure you're living a congruent lifestyle with the lifestyle you're wanting to promote, and become the person you'd like to attract into your business. So at the start of this year, I made this my mantra, like I'm living my best life and becoming the person I want to attract into my business. And I'm just living and breathing it each and every day. So that's been my main focus. I want to attract more people like me or a higher level version of myself into my business, right? So attraction marketing in action. So I know that we want to market to everybody. We want to help everybody. But from all the research I've done, is they say that you should tap into a niche market, or niche, however you say that, a target market. Because if you're not, and you're blasting your message to everybody, it's going to be more difficult to reach people. And I think I printed it off and didn't get it. I just was going to share with you, well, I'll go through this, but I'm just going to share with you kind of something I created as my target market. I'm still honing in on it, but just to give you an idea of what that looks like. So I have here, I want to help the woman that wakes up one day, the 40+ woman that wakes up one day and realizes that she's no longer willing to live her life just merely existing anymore. She has suffered heartache and pain, but hides it well from the outside world. She's a mother and a wife and has spent years being devoted to the strong woman that everyone looks to for guidance and support. She wants more for herself and her family. She's ready to open up and look within. She's looking for guidance as this is scary and unknown. She wants to start filling her cup as she has started to realize that she cannot continue to pour from an empty cup. It's her time to get healthy from the inside out, her time to shine. So I'm really, I'm focusing on that woman who really wants to start honoring herself and is just looking for someone to offer her that guidance. So that's kind of the target market that I'm creating, that I'm hoping to reach and to attract. So research your market, find out what their pains are. So, my target market, their pains are, feeling overwhelmed. They're not taking time for their self. They have absolutely no self-care routine. Their self-worthiness is low. They're putting themselves last and everybody first. So I can find out what their pains are and create solutions for those problems. And we can do that by using social media, by blogging. You can, put articles in your local paper. You can have a website or a capture page. And step 4 is really just being visible, deliver value, and make offers. And so I'll kind of let you know what that means by making offers. And you really just want to create a call to action. I learned this in a coaching program that I took. And so a sample call to action would be, if you have this hell, which is something that's uncomfortable for them, then your call to action. And the step 2 of the process is, if you have this heaven, which is something really good that they want or are striving for, call to action. Or you can use them both. If you have this hell, but you want this heaven, then call to action. So a couple examples I have here are, if you'd like to take a sledgehammer to the scale in the bathroom and you've decided enough is enough, we need to talk, would be the call to action. We need to talk. Because so a lot of times we're posting social media, but we're not giving people really a direction as to what action you want them to take. So if you create a call to action, you're actually guiding them as what you want them to do. So the bottom one is, if you're ready to get rid of those love handles once and for all and truly love the body you live in, feel free to private message me if you'd like to learn more. So the feel free to private message me is the call to action. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you can create this in any area that you're trying to help your target market in. You got to figure out what their pains are and just show them a way out. And then how do you want them to get in touch with you? I just have to move where I have you guys positioned because you're covering up my words on my screen here. There we go. Okay. Okay. So Facebook recruiting strategy. So I'm just going to give you like 5 steps here in utilizing Facebook recruiting and using the attraction marketing principle. So step 1, we should always be trying to add new friends onto Facebook. I know for some people that might feel weird, but since I started with Valentus, I had around 460 friends. I now have well over 1,000 friends. So I'm always trying to attract new people onto my Facebook. So the more people you're friends with, the more people you're exposing your business to. So don't be shy. A good rule of thumb is to try to add 3 new friends a day. One way to do that is to go to each of your friends' profiles, click on their friends, and if you know someone on the list, you can add them as a friend once they accept your request. Something I've started doing is I always send them a thank you. Hey, thanks for accepting my friend request, and I'll give them some kind of positive compliment and, just look forward to connecting with you more. Step 2, you want to comment and like other people's posts, and you want to utilize Facebook Messenger. So if you don't interact with people in their newsfeed, they don't see your posts. So I don't know if you noticed that, but some people you used to interact with, if you don't stay contact with them on Facebook, you'll be out of their newsfeed, they'll be out of your newsfeed. So what I researched is they say to treat it like it's a mini part-time job. I mean, you don't want to get sucked into the scroll hole, but they say if you can spend 20 to 30 minutes each morning or 20 to 30 minutes each evening, both go through and like, comment, or share, and also be sure to send out happy birthday messages to people, you will stay in their newsfeed and they'll stay in yours. Or if there's some people that you aren't in you're noticing they're not showing up in your newsfeed, you can actually go kind of search them out, scroll through some of their stuff and like a post, and they'll all of a sudden start showing up in your newsfeed again. So that is one way to make sure if there's people out there you're trying to connect with, to get them to be in your newsfeed. Step 3, support your team members. So most people are silent Facebook users, possibly will like or comment on one of, so if, sorry, I think I worded this wrong, but basically a lot of people do not comment, they're watching us silently. But if you like or comment on one of their posts, then they might open up to you because you've created that connection. Make sure you're complimenting others on Facebook, like give shout outs, give thank yous. If you see something that, somebody's having success or a promotion, like always just trying to be complimenting people and really build people up and make them feel good. When we're on Facebook, people want to feel like they're a part of a community. So it's always just creating that community feeling and atmosphere. And comments are what make your posts go back into the newsfeed. So if people are commenting on your posts or you're commenting on theirs, it'll create them going back into the newsfeed. And you can even like or comment on your own stuff. Every time somebody comments on something, that you've done, you should always comment back. And that's what keeps Facebook, like keeps it in the Facebook algorithm and keeps it being showing up, if that makes sense. So sometimes I'll go in and comment and like my own stuff, because then it'll keep showing up if I think it's something worthy of sharing, right? I have set a goal to message 1 to 3 new people every day. Always be connecting. Facebook groups are a good way to connect with more people. So I know some of you do that already. Like, I'm in a running community that's really super positive. So I've connected and made friends with a lot of women in that group. So I try to find groups that I have something in common with and start making friends. Keep a running list of all the prospects you connect with through whichever social media platform. Establish a relationship with people first. Do not spam out links and videos without speaking to them first and seeing if there's an interest. So always be asking questions, always be complimenting or reconnecting if it's been a long time, and let the conversation carry on. When they ask you what you're doing, this is not an open invitation to sell. Do not give too much information in your message. Keep it professional, short, and sweet. So here's an example of a Facebook conversation. And I honestly, personally think we should do a whole training around Facebook conversations for people, but this is just a simple sample one. So, hey Sue, long time no talk. How have you been? What are you up to these days? And then Sue says, hey, things are good. I've actually moved, so closer to you. Hey, that's great. How are you loving it? We should get together for coffee. Yes, for sure. And then Sue's noticed that Julie's been posting some stuff on social media. So she's like, what's this thing you've been doing? Hey, we can chat more on our coffee date. How does Tuesday work for you? See, the old me before doing this research would have been like barfing all over the person and sending a link and spamming them, right? And that's what we typically, none of us are really professional network marketers. So this is all new to us. It's all new learning. But if you just keep going with the conversation, so, hey, actually that works. I can't wait to catch up and see what you've been doing. I'm excited too. Can't wait to hear more about what you're doing. So there's no slamming of information there. So it's a whole new learning, right, method of way of interacting with people on Facebook. And then step 5 is just be mindful. Social media is about being social. If you see someone is having a bad day, send them a positive message. If they're hosting a charity event, see if you can volunteer. If they just opened up a new store, how can you help spread the word? Just always be mindful of how you can help others. And people will see you as that go-to person, somebody they can count on, rely on, trust. And that is how you become more attractive. Now here's some ways that we can kind of introduce our product or opportunity to people by using Facebook. If you see someone in your feed, someone's complaining about certain ailment and our product can help them, you be the solution. You can private message them and tell them you don't know if what we have will be of help to them, but share how it's helped you or helped others. If you see someone got fired from a job or hates their job, you can message them and say, hey, what happened? Find out and let them know that you might have a solution for them. Whether they say yes or no, it doesn't matter. They will, be looking. They might be checking you out, checking out your news feed. They'll, want to be interacting with you more because you reached out to help them. And just when you take the spotlight off of you and put it on others, it's amazing what can happen. People want to work with and be associated with the nice people. And so in the TCT team, I think we're all pretty awesome people. So we just need to learn to utilize our awesomeness a bit more and put it into social media. So I just put a couple quotes here. I think that building that belief muscle will help us get out of our own way. So too many of us are not living our dreams because we're living our fears. And so, get your vision, get your why, get your belief level up so that you can start living your dreams. And if the finish line feels too far away, don't look at it. Just look down at your feet and take your next step, your best step. So just one foot in front of the other, guys. And what we have here is completely awesome and magical. And we're going to be able to help a lot of people. And these are just some tips. Hopefully you found helpful with attraction marketing and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my training. I do want to say there's a group of us that are in a group called Rank Makers. And if you're not in that group, every day there's training and an action step. So I don't think it's open right now, but when it opens up again, we should let you guys know. And I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it, Kath.
Success. Thanks, Marci, so much. Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to your awesome training. Thank you very much. I screenshotted a whole bunch of your slides, and so I know there's going to be people wondering if you can maybe share that.
Yeah, like I'll put it in the I can put it in the TCT page. I think it's a PowerPoint, so I should be able to upload that into there. Yeah, so I'll definitely do that.
And I guess like the one thing we've learned with the rank makers that I'd like to share before we leave today is just every day he gets us to do an action step. And the one thing that I've really learned, which we should all know this, but I've learned that you just do actions. When you're setting your goals, don't say I'm going to have 3 new people by Friday. Make it an action, and your actions will just make sure that when you're setting your goals, you're going to just say the action is I'm going to be phoning 3 people every day. And whatever that result is by the end of the week, that's what I've learned a lot with rank maters. But he teaches and helps us with so many things. So I know that if you guys get a chance to take a look at it. But thank you, Marci, so much. And I'm seeing all these wow, Marci comments. So I just want to thank you again, and everybody in the TCT team. You are all awesome, and have a great rest of your week. And we will see you all next Monday for sure. So thanks again, Marci, for coming on the call tonight.
Thanks, Marci. You did a great job.
Thanks, guys.